going to put those half steps and whole steps together into a group of 4 notes. And we're going to call that group of 4 notes a tetrachord. Tetrachord simply means a group of 4 notes. Isn't that an amazing term? By the way, Tetris is called Tetris because it's like 4-sided shapes. So there we go. So the reason we're going to put things into 4-note groups is because these are the building blocks of major and minor scales. These are how major and minor scales are constructed. Now, it's true that there are shortcuts to understand how major and minor scales work. We could jump right to key signatures. We could skip the whole tetrachord thing. But at some point along the way, I feel like it's important for you to have this essential knowledge. And hey, why not today? Let's do it. So a tetrachord is a group of 4 pitches, and they are stepwise. So, for example, a tetrachord might look like, in the treble clef here, F, G, A, B. Or a tetrachord might look like D, E, F, G. It's a group of 4 notes. Now, we are going to talk about one specific tetrachord today, and that is going to be the one that will allow us to build the major scale. If we look at the tetrachord, for example, I'll pick a nice one. How about G, A, B, C? As if some are nicer than others, I don't know. So G, A, B, C, I look at that tetrachord and I say, well, besides the fact that the notes are in scale order, they're next to each other, they're all whole steps and half steps, now we say, what pattern of whole steps and half steps are they? So whole and half steps, I've got G to A, whole step, A to B, whole step, B to C, half step. My other favorite way to do this is to make a sort of upside down W, whole step, and then half step. You don't have to do it that way. I just think it looks cool. This is called the major tetrachord. Why is it called the major tetrachord? Because it is the beginning of the major scale. It gives us the sound do, re, mi, fa, 2 whole steps and a half step. And especially the relationship from do, the first note right here, up to mi, that major sounding third, that is the essence of what makes a major scale sound major. So it's really an important thing. Anytime I want to have a major scale, I'm going to have to start that scale off with a major tetrachord. So let's use this alto clef that's sitting here. You were hoping I wouldn't get to alto clef here, but I did. Let's build a major tetrachord by choosing whole steps and half steps above a starting pitch. How about let's use B flat as our starting pitch? Okay, now I need a whole step above B flat. What is it? It's C. If you've worked hard on the previous modules videos, this should be a pretty okay activity. I need another whole step above C. Well, that's one of our naturally occurring whole steps. It's going to be D. And now, finally, I need a half step. A half step above D, E flat. This tetrachord, if I picked this note to start on it, would sound exactly like the pattern do, re, mi, fa, whole, half. It's going to be the major tetrachord. All right, let's do another one. Here we are in bass clef, and I'm starting on D. Tell me, or tell yourself, the whole step above D. That's an E. Tell me the whole step above E. It's not F because that's a naturally occurring half step, isn't it? We have to make it bigger. It's F sharp. What's a half step above F sharp? Ooh, that's easy now. It's a G. So the major tetrachord is one of the 4 tetrachords that exist that give us all the scales that we use in Western music. They're the ways we get the major and minor scales. Now, I know some of you are itching at this and saying, couldn't I just use the key signature? Well, where do you think the key signatures came from? Oh, just wait. Don't spoil my fun. I'm going to make this so exciting by the time we get there. Okay, so I'm going to go back to treble clef here, and I'm going to give you the opportunity to spell for me the B major tetrachord. One more to practice. I need a whole step above B. Here we go. I hope you chose C sharp. I need a whole step above C sharp. I hope you chose D sharp. I need a half step above D sharp. Yes, indeed. The answer is E. Do you see why I was so insistent that you practice those whole steps and half steps? Those little building blocks are turning into bigger building blocks. Wait till the next practice video and you'll see what I mean about building blocks. I'm kind of excited to show it to you. So major tetrachords are the foundation of what we hear as the major scale. Let me show you what I mean. If I take a major tetrachord and I glue it together to another major tetrachord, I'm going to end up with a major scale. Allow me to demonstrate for you. I will use bass clef. Let's take the D major tetrachord that we already wrote up here in the bass clef. D, E, F sharp, G. Remember, that's whole, half. I'm going to write another tetrachord following it that is also going to be whole, half. Where will I start that second tetrachord? I need to glue these two tetrachords together. This space right here between tetrachords, I need something to link them, and that's going to be another whole step. So in order to get my new tetrachord started, I need a whole step above G. That's going to be A. Now, not a problem. Spell the next tetrachord that starts on A, the major tetrachord. A to B, whole step. B to C sharp, whole step. C sharp to D. And if we've done it right, yes, we have. We ended up on the same note that we started at the bottom of the scale. We just made a D major scale. If you know your key signatures already, you would recognize that D always has an F sharp and a C sharp in its key signature. More on that later. But that's just one way that I can check that I've done this correctly. It's time to get a little more staff paper. And here we go. Oops. Come on, pen. Let's build another one. Let's take an E flat to start off on. I need my first major tetrachord. I need the next major tetrachord. And I'm going to glue them together with a whole step. So let's do the first tetrachord. E flat, whole step, F. Whole step, what is it? G. Can you tell me the next one? Half step. What note is that above G? A flat. Now we glue them together with a whole step to start the next tetrachord. This is the Scotch tape holding the tetrachords together. The glue, the whatever fastener you choose. That would be a B flat. Now, from that B flat, let's write our major tetrachord. So I need a whole step to start off, B flat to C. Whole step to D. And if we've done it right, a half step should put us at the same note we started at. It does. E flat. Wow. Amazing. We're going to do one more. I think we should do an alto clef one. Why? Because I can think that I'm the theory teacher. It's nice to make people miserable every once in a while. Okay, I'm just kidding. It's good for our brains. And I'm going to make it even worse. We're going to start on F sharp. Oh, alto clef and F sharp. There's going to be so many sharps. Okay, here we go. We need that major tetrachord. F sharp to G sharp. Another whole step. G sharp to A sharp. Half step. A sharp to B. The joint together is a whole step. That's how we know where to start the next one. Whole step above B. C sharp. By the way, if you know that your C major tetrachord is C, D, E, F, then it would be easy to know that the C sharp one is going to have sharps on everything. But okay, fine, I'll calm down and I'll just go through it slowly. C sharp to D sharp, yep, whole step. D sharp to E sharp. Hey, can I write F instead of E sharp? No, because I need to have the next note in the scale. If I were to write F, I'd have a gap there. It would look like a gap on the page. So I have to make it look right as well as sound right. Have to be an E sharp. You say, I don't like E sharp, I like F. Sorry, then this scale is not for you. You just have to endure it. Okay, we need a half step from E sharp, and it better be an F sharp because that's the note we started on. And it is. So this is now the F sharp major scale. Oops, scale. And we got there by gluing together two major tetrachords. Here's the whole step. And let's take another whole step and attach it. Great. Whole step. Half step. It's smaller. I know it's not half as small. Give me a break. Lego have interesting bumps. So now we got whole, half. The major tetrachord. That would be like going from G to A to B, B to C. Major tetrachord. Great. Let's see here. Got some more whole steps lying around. I guess I'll attach those whole steps, two whole steps, and hey, I've got enough for one more, a half step. I've made another major tetrachord. It's a lot like the other one. It's identical. It's got two blues and a white. It's got two big ones and a small one, so whole steps, half steps. There are our two identical major tetrachords. If I hook them together, I'm going to use this whole step, and I'm going to hook that major tetrachord by a whole step to another major tetrachord, whole, half, whole, half. How about that? I just joined them together, made a major scale. For example, G, A, it's a whole step, A, B, B, C is the half step, C to D is our red Lego, and then the top end is our D, E, F sharp, G. We have a major scale, whole, half, whole, half. Amazing. As I say, there are shortcuts so that we know what accidentals belong in any particular major scale or major key. That's why we're going to memorize the key signatures in a very short amount of time. But for right now you know why the accidentals show up in every major scale. They're there to make sure that the pattern of whole steps and half steps is the result of a major tetrachord glued by a whole step to another major tetrachord. Amazing.